So I already had a chance to play the new map Vondel early, and I was able to actually test out some of the changes coming with Season 4 that haven't been mentioned in the blog. I know obviously the blog stuff has kind of included a lot of details about the regular Battle Royale, multiplayer, Resurgence, DMZ, but there is a couple key elements that have been left out, which I think are particularly important. Number one, which I'll mention, that's not related to Vondel, but in general, AI have been removed from strongholds going into Season 4, which is huge. They'll still be at the black site. There'll be some AI associated with that, but the other 5 or so strongholds that appear will no longer have AI. This is something that we mentioned, and I was heavily mentioning back at COD Next 7 months ago. So it's great that they finally added that. So if you had a problem with AI in Battle Royale, they are going to be gone starting Season 4, which is a huge thing. But even bigger than that is that they're actually going to increase the TTK finally, and they've gone the route of adding 50 health to every operator. So instead of having 100 health plus 150 plates, you're gonna have 150 health and 150 plates. And this will dramatically shift the times to kill. Will it change the meta all that much? Not a huge difference. I will cover this in tomorrow's video. I will be on vacation, so I won't have a patch notes video, but I will definitely have a long range meta and close range meta video related to the TTK changes. Overall, those are probably some of the biggest things. I think we'd love to see a little bit more movement. I'm hoping in the patch notes when they actually do come out, they're more along the same lines. That seems like what they're going to go with. We didn't get shown the patch notes, but overall, I would say that they're probably going to kind of stay in line where they're going to have less penalties on stuff. And even in the build that we played, there was some differences with tuning where maybe before it would be like gun kick control. Now it's like horizontal and vertical or something like that. So they made some changes. That's just one attachment, but there's multiple attachments that are going to see kind of overhaul passing, and they're probably going to modify some of the damage values for certain weapons to either make the TTKs better or worse, and hopefully they modify the mag sizes on some weapons, and this is in addition to having 2 new weapons with the season. So I think those are probably the 2 biggest things. When it comes to the overall map, you can see a little bit of the gameplay in the background. We all played on, there was about 30 of us there. We all played on a PS5, and overall I think the map looks good. When it comes to like rating all the maps, I think I've enjoyed pretty much every map they've made for Battle Royale and Resurgence, with the exception of Caldera. I didn't enjoy Caldera. I didn't like Caldera. I didn't like the way it looked. I didn't like the way it felt. I didn't like the color scheme. I didn't like any of that stuff. Overall, I have liked the Sheikah Island. I've liked Al Mazrah, Verdance 84, and then also, you know, with the brand new map Vondel, I like the map as well. Obviously, every map does have its own flaws. In this particular one, there are a lot of waterways, which can be an issue. I know that there's a lot of rooftops, which feels initially like it's an issue, but the level design, they were very adamant. They mentioned this, that they didn't want to have a building with like multiple levels. So even if a building has like 5 floors, the reality is you're not going to be able to shoot from any of the middle floors. You'll just be able to use the stairwell, utilize the top floor, and utilize the bottom floor. So it's not like you have to guess where somebody is. They're either at the bottom, within the stairwell where they cannot shoot you or see you from inside the building, or they're on top of the building. So you kind of have that, and they've done some other things. And I think overall it looks pretty good. A lot of people say it looks related to the campaign map, and I think there's inspiration because that's based on a real place, Amsterdam, but the actual POI looks and nothing like it's not like a one-to-one mirroring at all. It's not like they use the campaign as a basis. They built this from the ground up, and there's a lot of cool things to it, and I think it's going to evolve over time. They have the fog system, which really, it happened in one of our matches. I felt like I didn't even notice the difference. So there is that. Maybe it'll have different intensity when it's actually into gameplay. But you can see that there's a lot of gameplay, like in the background, you can see some of the gunfights where there's scenarios where maybe I would have died while getting shot in the back, but this one I get a chance to get to cover, played up, reset the gunfight, and get back to engagement, which has been one of the biggest issues for me with the current version, is that the TTKs have been like close to 500 in some cases up close. Now they're kind of like 600 unless you just are a headshot god and get lucky on getting multiple headshots back to back to drop that TTK significantly. you're going to have a close range TTK that falls in line close to where Warzone 1 was towards the end of its life cycle. So overall, I just want to give you that kind of a heads up, give you a little bit of gameplay since I did get some exclusivity on that. I'm not sure how many other people will cover stuff. I think most of the other stuff that we were privy to and heard about, it came out with the blog, which I didn't cover. I was out of town, so I couldn't make a video right away. That's why there's been kind of a gap in my uploads, because I normally like to upload that stuff as soon as it goes live, and I kind of missed that mark. But I'll be out of town and I will have these videos scheduled. This is on the 13th, the 14th. I'll have 2 videos, close range, long range meta, kind of what to lean towards after the health changes, minus some of the patch note stuff, but I don't expect them to weapon balance too much other than trying to speed up the game a little bit. And if there's exceptions, you'll be able to spot those. Appreciate all the support. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.